everybody, welcome to today's class, the last one of the day. I hope lots of you saw the red arrows flying past. We missed them, they're on the other side of the house. Let's get started. So we're going to start with a stretch in the neck, so just come kneeling or to standing. And tip your head over to one side, take one arm across onto the ear and reach the other arm away, and just take nice deep breaths here. Swapping sides, tip the head over, take the arm across, reach the other arm away. Doing each side one more time, tip the head over, tip the arm across, arm reaches long, holding here. Last time, tip the head over, arm comes across, reaching away. Good, from here we're going to lay on our back, find neutral. So we're going to take the knees bent, feet on the floor. We've got that slight curve underneath the lower back, just big enough to be able to get part of your hand under. We're just going to be taking nice deep breaths, in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. As you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about those positions of your hips. So think about having a torch on each hip bone, they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. The weight is evenly placed through your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. Just gently tighten through the tummy. The next time that you breathe out, I'd like you to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. Releasing out. So as you're tucking under, we want to find that nice strong flat back position. We're using the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. So try to avoid squeezing your bottom. On that next one, we're going to hold our flat back, tucking under to hold. So whilst we're here, we're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with your pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. And as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're halving this contraction, so 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we still want to keep the relaxed position in the upper body. Shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. And if you are feeling tense in your upper body, just turn your palms to the ceiling. Pull the tummy all the way down towards your spine. And keep that weight even through your feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. We're halving one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. You're going to bring both legs up into tabletop, gluing your legs together. As you breathe out, you're tipping both legs over to the side, releasing that hip from the floor. Inhale to the center, swapping sides, tip over, release that hip. Inhale to the center, tipping over, and center. So although one hip is releasing from the floor, you're keeping both shoulders in contact with your mat. Use your tummy to take your legs over to the side. Bring them back to the center where you find your flattened position, and again over to the other side. Nice deep breaths. Get those shoulders away from the ears. We've got two more on each side. We're tipping over and center. Tipping over and center. Last one each side, tipping over and center, tipping over and center. Relaxing there, hugging both of those knees in towards your chest. And from there on our hands and knees for a stretch out in the back. So from here, we're taking both hands underneath the shoulders, both knees under the hips, tummy's nice and tightened. As you breathe out, you're tucking your pelvis under. Start to curve the back. Arching your spine, we're dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back to your start position. Working through the spine. Lifting the head. Tucking under to curve. Arch the back. Drop the head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. The head is the last thing to lift. So we're trying to get lots of movement through the back. Excuse me. So we're working into each section of the spine, piece by piece. So if there are any areas of your back that feel stiff or sore, we just slow them down. So we're just taking our time to move each vertebrae one by one. As we're curving the back, we're pulling the belly button all the way in. As we're releasing to our start position, let those shoulders come away from the ears. We've got 2 more here. Tucking under to curve. Arch the back. Drop the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece, lifting the head. Last one here, tucking under. Curving the back, dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. The head is the last thing to lift. From here we're going back into a shell stretch. So we're pushing our bottom to our feet. Reaching those arms out in front. Then we're going to go onto our sides for our chest opening stretch. Which way are you laying?
This way.
So we're laying with the knees bent, legs on top of one another. You can use a pillow or something to rest your head on. Those arms are coming out nice and long, palm to palm. From here, we're lifting the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you as you're twisting towards the opposite wall. Holding here for a stretch before lifting back up and over. Bring the head with you, resting back down in your start position. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We're holding here to get that stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So you want the legs to be nice and glued together to make sure that this twist comes through your waist. You're opening up as much as you can through the chest. Keeping the arm nice and long, so stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. Nice deep breaths. Shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. Looking at that hand for as long as you can. So we're getting a good range of movement through the neck. We've got 2 more on this side. We're lifting up. Taking the head with you, twisting away. Holding. Coming back up and over. Come down palm to palm. Last one here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Coming back up and over. Resting down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides, so you can either roll over to face the other way or change the end of your mat you're laying at. So again, resting your head down on the floor, legs are bent, knees together, arms are long and in front of you. The top arm lifts, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We're holding here to stretch before lifting back up and over. Bring the head with you to come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold before lifting back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. So remember to keep the arm reaching nice and long. Stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. Keeping the head looking at the hand for as long as you can. So we can maintain a good range of movement on both sides of the neck. Legs stay glued together. Get the twist through the waist. Deep breaths. Got 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away, holding there. Lifting back up and over. Coming down palm to palm, last one. Arm lifts up. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. For lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From there you're rolling onto your back to take a full body stretch. And then staying on your back, we're going to find a neutral position with the knees bent, feet on the floor. So you want to have that curved position underneath the lower spine. Arms begin just resting down beside you. Try and get your knees in line with your hips. We're taking a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reaching the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms, we hold. Control back down. So we're using the tummy muscles to lift us. So pull your belly button all the way down. Use your chin to chest position to try and keep that neck nice and relaxed. So take a big nod of the head first, then tighten in the tummy. Arms are reaching long, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Use the pelvic floor. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting those shoulders, reaching the arms, we hold. Control back down. Last one, chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms, we hold. Control back down. From here, we bring the arms across the chest, like you're giving yourself a nice hug. The rest of your movement stays the same. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we hold. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. We lift, hold, control back down. Just take a moment to make sure that your shoulders haven't lifted to your ears now that you've moved the arms. They stay down and away. Doesn't matter here if your lift is smaller than before. Just working to where your body will allow you to move. Keep using that chin to chest position. Make sure you're tightening the pelvic floor. Let's take 2 more here. We'll change the arms one last time. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. One last time. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. From here, your hands are one on top of the other. And they're going either onto your forehead or behind your head for support. If they're behind the head for support, make sure they're on your head and not on your neck. Movement is the same, chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. Holding there. Control back down. So we want to make sure that those elbows stay nice and wide, so the chest is open. The shoulders stay down. You're still using your chin to chest position, even if you're supporting behind the back of the head. Use your pelvic floor. Two more here. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one. Chin to chest. Lifting up. Hold. Control back down. From there we hug the knees into the chest. And then we're coming onto our knees. Grab a drink if you need one. Okay. So coming into a knelt position, if you suffer from really sore knees and you don't want to kneel, then you can lay down on your front with your legs long and your arms mat width apart and in line with your ears. If you're in your knelt position, get your knees quite close together. And as you're kneeling up, just tuck your chin slightly into your chest so that you're not going to lose control of the neck. Arms are just relaxing beside you. So we're just doing a really small movement here. So as you take a breath in, you're going to do a really, really tiny lean back. As you breathe out, squeeze your bottom, push yourself forward. So use the squeeze of your bottom and the exhale to push yourself forwards. Breathe in to go back. Exhale to come forwards. So keep this lean quite small. Your tummy should be nice and tightened the whole time. Just adding that extra squeeze to the bottom on the way up. Get those shoulders relaxed. Got two more here. Leaning back, squeeze and lift. Last one, leaning back, squeeze and lift. From there you're going to push into a shell stretch. So you're taking your bottom to your feet. Reaching those arms out in front. And then we're going to be onto our backs for the 100. So as you're laying on your back, I'll talk with you what we're going to do first, and then we'll all go together. Andrew, if you demonstrate at the same time as me, because I can't do everything. So nice flat back position, so really tucked under. You're going to bring both legs up into a long position, so not in tabletop, we're going to lengthen them. So it doesn't matter here if your knees aren't completely straight. So if you can get your legs nice and long, like my leg is here, that's fine. But if you need to bend your knees slightly like Andrew's are, that also doesn't matter, as long as you can maintain that position through your 100. So if your neck is really sore, leave your head resting down. If not, then you're going to be nodding the head and lifting the shoulders from the floor. The arms are just going to be long with the palms facing the mat. So we're going to do our usual beats up and down of our 100 repetitions. Same breathing, 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. From there, you're taking both hands behind your head, keeping the legs lifted, and you're going into 2 sets of 8 of sit-ups. Again, I'll count those all for you. From there, rest your head down, leave the legs, just drop the arms, and you're going to go into crisscrosses. 2 sets of 8, so you're crisscrossing back and forth, like how Andrew's doing here. And if your legs are really bent, if you bend your legs more, Andrew, then you're crisscrossing at the bottom of the legs like this. Yeah, go. And then after that, we're going to hug the knees in, and then go into a nice full body stretch. Okay, we'll go all together, I'll talk you through what we're doing. So get that nice strong flat back position. When you're ready, lift and lengthen those legs as much as you can. If you're lifting your upper body off, chin to chest, lift the head and the shoulders. Those arms are nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying there, take your hands behind your head. Sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the head down, get the arms down beside your legs. We're crisscrossing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees into your chest. And then when you're ready, you're going into a full body stretch, reaching nice and long through the arms and the legs. And then from there, we're coming up to a seated position. So in our seated position, we're going to do our mermaid stretch. We've done this a few times this week, but I'm mainly doing it because Andrew hasn't tried it before, and I'm sure that he's going to absolutely love it. So if you're able to, you're going to take one leg in front of you, bent, and the other leg bent behind. If you're not able to get into this position, then you're taking your legs into a loosely crossed position or a more open version of that mermaid stretch. So from here, the leg that you've got resting in front, whether your legs are crossed or in mermaid. Yep, you're going to be stretched. I'll change my legs to stretch the same way as you. So the leg that you've got in front of you, you're going to take your hand onto the floor, onto the mat beside you. And the hand that you've got that's the same side as your back leg is going to be out long. So remember that this arm that's on the floor, you're going to need to slide away from you. Okay? Have you got enough room? Yeah. So what we're going to do first of all is reach across with your long arm as much as you possibly can, and then lift all the way up and over. Let your supporting arm slide away, and if you're flexible enough, drop onto the forearm. And we're just going to hold this stretch, taking nice deep breaths in and out, breathing in and out. Really fill those lungs, breathing in and out. Last time here, breathe in and out. Then lift back up and over. Then we're going to go again, reaching out. Lift up, stretch over. Holding here, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Last time, breathe in and out. Coming back up. But one more time here. Reach, lift up and over. Keep that arm nice and long as you stretch. Deep breaths in and out. In and out. Last time, in and out. Lifting back up. From here we untangle ourselves. So pop the other leg in front, other leg behind. So again, you might be in a more open position on one side than the other, or you might want to come into cross legs. Either of those positions are fine. Doesn't matter, as long as you're nice and comfortable. So your front leg, you should have that arm on the floor for support where you can slide away. The back leg, the arm that's on that side, is long. So we're reaching away from the body to come all the way up and over. Let that hand slide away. If you can, drop down. Reaching nice and long, breathing in and out. In and out. Last time, in and out. Coming up and over. Back here. Doesn't matter if your stretch is smaller on this side than the other. Reach all the way up and over. Holding here, breathing in and out. In and out. Last time, in and out. Lift back up. We've got one more here. Reaching nice and long. All the way up and over. Holding, breathing in and out. In and out. Last time, nice deep breath in and out. Coming back up. We're going to take our second stretch the same as we've done. I think it might have been on Wednesday, but I can't really remember. So we're going to get our creeping forwards, but what we're going to do is take one leg out nice and long, and the other leg is going to be bent in. You can take this long leg out on the side, out on a slight diagonal, if that's more comfortable than it being directly in front of you. And I'm going to do that to allow room for my bump. But if you can, have that nice and long and in front. And the other leg is just tucked in. So from here, your hands are on the floor in front of you. And we're just going to start to creep the hands forwards as far as you can, and you're dropping the head. You should straight away feel this coming into the bottom of the leg that's long. Holding here again, those nice deep breaths, breathing in and out. Really fill up those lungs, breathing in and out. Really nice deep breath in here. On your breath out, creep those fingertips further forwards. Keep that head drop down. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Nice deep breath in. Creeping further forwards if you can. This time we're just holding, still taking nice deep breaths. And just walking those hands back in Sitting yourself back up. We're swapping sides. So bring the leg that was long in, the other leg reaches out. So remember, you can have that leg nice and long and in front of you if you want to creep forwards up the leg, or you're taking that leg out slightly wider if that's better for you, a better stretch. Exactly the same thing, just creep those hands forwards as far as you can, drop your head. Nice deep breaths in and out, breathing in and out. Breathing in, excuse me, and out. Breathing in, and again on that breath out, creep those hands forwards, holding there, taking your breaths in and out, breathing in. Making sure those breaths are really filling up the lungs. One more here, nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, those hands creep further forwards. This time just holding it here. Feel that stretch in the back of your leg. And then just creep your hands back in, sitting yourself up nice and tall. From there, bring the other leg in so that the soles of your feet are together. So we're getting those hips nice and open, knees are nice and wide. We're leaning forwards over those legs, remembering that if you want to increase that stretch, you're pushing your elbows down into your legs, holding onto the feet to pull you further forwards. Good, from here we're going to be laying on our backs. If you need a drink, then grab one. So we're going to find a flat back position. So we're nice and tucked under, and we're losing that gap. From there, we're going to lift both legs up, and we're going to lengthen them. The same as we had for the 100. So remembering that it doesn't matter if you need to keep those knees slightly bent. Your arms are reaching up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, you're going to look at your knees or lower as you lift your shoulders from the floor, reaching your arms up through the centre of your body. Inhale to come back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. If your neck is feeling really sore, you can take your hands behind the head and one arm will lift up through the centre whilst the other supports the head. Making sure you're looking knees lower so you've got that tucked in position with the chin. The tummy's pulled all the way down. You're using your pelvic floor so your back is nice and flat. Arms are long. We've got two more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Relax there, hug both knees in towards your chest. Staying in our flat back position, still nice and tucked under, losing that gap. Again, you're lifting both legs up as long as you possibly can. You can, of course, here add in a little bit of bend if you need to. Reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Again, as you breathe out, you're going to look from your knees downwards as you lift the shoulders from the floor. But this time, your arms are coming to the outside of one of your legs. Try and keep quite close to the legs here if you can. Inhale back down to the centre. Exhale, lift up, swap sides. Inhale down. So again, if you need to support the head, you can. The hands are behind and you're reaching one arm across. Back to the centre, you will need to swap arms each time. So just getting that slight twist through the body. Remember to use your tummy and your pelvic floor to keep that flat back position. especially as you come into the centre. Nice deep breaths. Chin to chest position here, even if you're supporting the head with your hand. Two more on each side. Last one on each side, lifting up, reaching over, back to the centre, lifting up, reach over, back to the centre. From there, hug those knees into your chest. And when you're ready, bring yourself into a full body stretch. Good. From there, we're going to lay on our sides. You can grab yourself a drink if you need one. As you lay on your side, you're going to take one of your arms, the arm that you're laying on, out nice and long, and either rest your head on it, or if that's uncomfortable, you can lift up and rest your head into your hand. We're going to bend the knees and bring them slightly further forwards, and your feet are going to stay connected. For this one, we're going to take our hand onto our hip. And that's just to make sure that hip stays nice and sturdy. So we're going to do our clam openings. So from here, you're going to lift the top leg, the top knee, up as you open, but your feet are staying together. Then we're closing back down. You need to engage that tummy, lifting up and down. Breathe, lifting up and down. Keeping that hip nice and still, lifting up and down. We've got 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2. Lift up and down. Lifting up and down. From here, you're lengthening your legs out long and away from you. Same position through the rest of your body, but think about zipping your waist up underneath you. If you flex your feet and look down your body, you should be able to see your toes. If not, bring those legs a bit further forwards. You want your hips to be one on top of the other, so you can pop your hand there just to check, but you can use this top arm for support if you need to. So from here, we're going to lift our top leg up, pointed just to hip height. Flex to come back down. Point to lift. Flex to come back down. Really make sure you differentiate from that point to the flex, so that we're working through the ankle. Point to lift. Flex down. Tummies tight and zip up under the waist. Lift and down. We've got 4 more here. Lift up and down. Breathe. Lift up. Flex down. Last 2. Point lift. Flex down. Last 1. Point lift. Flex down. From here, we're going to lift that top leg up just to hip height. And we're circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let that leg come back down. You're lifting your top leg up pointed, just to hip, the bottom leg comes to meet it, and back down. Lifting up, up and down. Lift up, up and down. Deep breaths. Lift, lift and down. 4 more. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Last 2. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Double lifts coming up and down, up and down. Breathe, up and down, up and down. 4 more. Lift and down, lift and down. Last 2, lift and down, lift and down. From here, if you're in a lifted position like this, supporting your head, get that arm out nice and long. So again, you're going to do double lifts with the leg. We're going to be pressing down into the arm at the same time to get this kind of lifted position underneath your armpit in your head. You can keep your hand down for support, but eventually we want to be doing it with the hand on the hip. So really press into the arm that's in the floor so that we're coming up with the legs, up with the body, and down. Lifting up and down. Breathe. Really work your tummy as you lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Relax there. We're going to change sides. Take a little stretch out if you need to. But as you come onto the other side, arm reaches out long to rest your head on it, or bend the elbow and support the head. Take those knees bent, bring them a little bit further forwards, glue those legs together. So for this one, you're taking your hand onto your hip to keep it nice and steady. Straight into our clam openings, that top knee lifts up and down. Breathe, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down, lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down, lift and down. Those legs are reaching long. Flex the feet, look down your body, you should see your toes. If not, bring the legs further forwards. Check those hips are one on top of the other. You're going to want to lay forwards or backwards. Keep that lifted position. You can use your top arm for support if you need to. Remember to zip up underneath your waist. So from here, we're lifting just to hip height pointed, flex to come back down. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift. Flex down. Lift. Flex down. Last 2. Lift. Flex down. Lift. Flex down. We're lifting up for our circles. Coming forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg down. We're lifting the top leg up just to hip height. The bottom leg comes to find it. They come down together. Lifting up, up and down. Up, up and down. Lift, touch and down. Lift, touch and down. 4 more. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Last 2. Lift, lift and down. Double lifts coming up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift, down, lift, down. So we're going into lifting the upper body at the same time. So think of hinging through your waist. Hand on the hip ideally, but if you want it there for support, you can. So remember that you're going to be pressing into the long arm to give yourself a lift through the upper body whilst you bring those legs up. Let's give it a go. Lifting up and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. From there, roll onto your back and go into a nice full body stretch. And then from there, we're going to be on our hands and knees. If you need a drink, then grab one. So we're going to do the same as yesterday and go into our downward dog stretch. Do you need a band for your feet? Are they going to slip?
No, I think that'll be alright.
So, if you suffer from really sore wrists, you can drop onto your forearms. We've not done a lot, hardly any bearing weight on the wrist, so you might be able to stay on those long arms. But if you do know that you really suffer from sore wrists, I'd rather that you did this one on your forearms and then did the planks on long arms. But see which works better for you. So we're going to take the arms and the knees at slight diagonal angles away from you. If you know your feet slip on your mat, step onto carpet. Those toes are tucked under and your legs are close together. So we're going to push the bottom up nice and high. From there, if you want to, you can walk those feet in a little bit to increase the stretch down the back of your legs. And we're just going to hold this stretch. And I want you to think about pushing your heels down into the floor. It doesn't matter if they're lifted, but have that feeling of pushing them down. And have a feeling of pressing away with your hands, which will push your body back into your legs more. Just take those nice deep breaths in and out. And then bring those knees down. We're going again. I'll demonstrate on my forearms this time for anyone who's resting down. So we're going to be pushing that bottom up nice and high. If you need to walk those feet in, it will increase the stretch in your legs. Just holding here, pressing into the arms, pushing those heels down. Nice deep breaths. Bringing those knees down. Take a couple of breaths as you rest down just to catch your breath, making sure you haven't been holding it. And then when you're ready, be going again, pushing up. If you need to, walk those feet in. That sense of pushing down. Hopefully you're feeling as though your heels are getting a little bit closer to the mat. Press down into your hands. Push your body away from your hands. And bring those knees down. I'm going to do one more of these, so we've done 4 in total. Pushing that bottom up nice and high. If you need to, walk those feet in. Really feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Pressing the feet down, pressing away from your hands. And then bringing those knees down. Relaxing there and roll through those wrists. Good, then we're going into our planks. We're going to do the same plank that we did yesterday, Doesn't matter if you didn't join in yesterday, I'll talk you through in demo. It's good that Andrew's here because he'll be going into a full plank. I'm still going to be on my knees. But I'm going to demonstrate this quickly facing you so you can see my arms. So, for your plank, which is going to include arm lifts, if you want to stay on forearms, then you can. You might just have to take the arms lifted as a repetition rather than going into the touches on the shoulders and the hips. So bring your hands or your arms to the front of your mat. You're going to step one leg back behind you nice and long. The weight will go into the toes. The other leg comes to meet it, get them close together. Tuck under into your nice long line. From here you're going to lift one arm up, put it down. The other arm lifts, put it down. You're touching the opposite shoulder, put it down, opposite shoulder, put it down. Come to the hip and down, hip and down, relaxing there. I don't want you to frantically lift, 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 lift. Okay, it's nice and slow and controlled. Even if that means that to begin with, you're taking out one of the lifts or one of the touches. Don't frantically slap the hands down. Nice and controlled. So, I'll come a little bit further back so you can see Andrew doing his amazing planks. Okay. So, stepping one foot back. The other one joins it. Find your strong plank. Squeeze your bottom, pull the tummy in. Lift, down, lift, down. Shoulder touch, down, shoulder touch, down, hip touch, down, hip touch, down, relaxing there. So you can take this in your own time. There's no rush. Nice and controlled. Deep breaths. Don't watch Andrew because he's doing it wrong. So you should always make sure that you're squeezing your bottom, pulling your tummy in. Nice strong plank position before you decide to lift. You'll feel a little bit like your weight is shifting. Don't worry about that for now. It doesn't matter. Think about that control as you lift. We're going to do 2 more of these. Stepping back, step back. Strong plank. Lift, down, lift, down. Shoulder touch, down, shoulder touch, down, hip touch, down, hip touch, down, relax. One more here, stepping back, step back. Strong plank. Lift, down, shoulder touch, down, shoulder touch, down, hip touch, down, hip touch, down, relax there. Bring yourself back into a shell stretch. You need to roll through those wrists. So we're just coming into a seated, kneeling or standing position, whichever you find the most comfortable. I'm going to be kneeling. So from here, we're going to interlace the fingers, rounding the arms. You're going to pull your arms forwards, dropping your head and curving your back. Just holding this stretch. Deep breaths. Just relaxing those arms, kneeling up tall, roll the shoulders back. Take the hands behind, interlace your fingers. Pull your arms back. This time lift the chest, look to the ceiling. Release those hands, roll the shoulders forwards. Doing each one of those stretches again. Interlace the fingers in front. Rounding the arms so that you're dropping the head, curving the back, holding there. Drop those arms, roll the shoulders back. Interlace the fingers behind, pull the arms back, lift the chest, looking up. Relaxing the arms, roll those shoulders forwards. Good, and we finished. Thank you so much for joining me for today and for this week with class. I hope you've enjoyed the sessions. It's supposed to be a really lovely day today and tomorrow, so make sure you get outside and enjoy the sunshine and enjoy celebrating VE Day. Thank you to my glamorous assistant Andrew, and I'll see you all on Monday. Bye, have a lovely weekend.